Hey gang, how's it going? This is Rob with Japanime Games, and we're going to be learning today how to play Kemomimi Panic, a game of deduction. Essentially, you are a villager with Detective Shamrock, and you're going to try and determine who the Great Thief Crescent Moon is. Or, if you're the Great Thief Crescent Moon, you're going to try and steal everyone's jewels before they catch you. To play the game, every time you will need a target card and the moon phases card. Moon phases has two sides, one full moon, one crescent moon. Okay? In addition, you're going to need a decoy card for every player playing in the game. I have 4 decoy cards with me today. And you will need an identity card as well as a role card for every player. What identities you should play with is in the rulebook. Basically, the amount of players you have determines which identities you should play with. So right now I'm going to be playing with Detective Shamrock, Lieutenant Theresa, Barbara the Influencer, and Valeria the Medium. You can see them all up on the screen. Each of them has their own powers. In addition, we have 4 role cards as determined by the book as well. We have the Great Thief Crescent Moon, a Tenacious Citizen, a Citizen, and a Citizen. In addition, you could also be playing with an Informant, which we will be playing with maybe today, and I'll explain how that works. So I'm going to put the Informant off to the side because the way that the Informant works is a little bit different. Alrighty. This is all we need to play the game with 4 players, and so essentially what we have to do is we have to assign these things. Imagine there's a player each time right here, because as of now I do not have any friends. So I'm going to play a decoy card for me, a decoy card for my imaginary friend, a decoy card for my imaginary friend, and a decoy card for my imaginary friend. In addition, I'm going to shuffle up the identities, and I'm going to deal them out to everybody. Flip them over. Each of us would go in turn, explaining what our characters do and who we are, basically like a little introduction. And then, and this is the tricky part, guys, I take my Citizen, Informant, Tenacious Citizen, and Great Thief Crescent Moon. I shuffle them all together. Well, first I remove the Great Thief Crescent Moon. I shuffle them all together, and I replace one of the cards with a card from the box that isn't Great Thief Full Moon. What this basically means is that an Informant might not be in the game. So essentially, you just need to shuffle in a way in which the Informant could possibly be removed and replaced with another card. Okay? So we're going to act as if that happened. Once I've got these shuffled up, I will deal them out. You can put them under your decoy card if you would like. That's my preferred place. And you do not reveal your role cards. Whoever the Detective Shamrock is gets the Crescent Moon put in front of them, and that means they are the leader for the first turn of the game. So essentially how that works is the leader dictates the flow of their turn in a way. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves because first we have to do the game starting phase. First thing that we have to do is we have to pick a facilitator. I'm going to act as the facilitator for this game, but essentially the facilitator should be the player at the gaming group who is most on the ball, who's most ready to get things going with the game. They're still playing in the game, and they have no extra powers. They're just the person keeping things going, keeping the flow going. Okay? Next up, you assign characters like we did. You assign roles like we did. And we dealt our decoys. We placed our moon card. Set up our target card in the center of the table. And we begin with the game starting phase. Detective Shamrock, her power is a game starting phase power. Essentially, she picks one person at the table. Everyone else but the 2 people, Detective Shamrock and the person she picked, closes their eyes. Those 2 people will then exchange information. Essentially, the way that they'll do this is the player who was picked will give a OK symbol if they are a citizen, and will give a X symbol if they are the informant or the thief. The game starting phase then ends, and Detective Shamrock may reveal what they have learned. Sorry about that, guys. Some people are annoying me. Okay. They will then reveal what they have learned. And keep in mind, Detective Shamrock can lie at this point. So, don't necessarily trust the information Detective Shamrock gives, because if Detective Shamrock is the Great Thief Crescent Moon, it's not in her best interest to reveal that information. We then go to the first day phase. Since Detective Shamrock is the leader, Detective Shamrock will announce who they would like to accuse. And then for the next 2 minutes, the facilitator keeps track of this, all the players will have a chance to debate why they think that that's right or wrong. At the end of those 2 minutes, the whole village will then vote on yay or nay, whether or not they believe that person to be the thief. If more votes are yay, the person will be removed from the game, unless they have a remaining decoy card. So if they have a decoy card, they are safe. That's basically like an extra life. They lose the decoy card rather than losing their being kicked out of the village. Then the night phase happens. If it's the Crescent Moon Bandit will attack. Essentially, the way that works is very simple. Essentially, the facilitator will handle the burglary. They will say this all exactly. All players extend their right hands to the center of the table, hovering over the target card without touching it. So, see why I'm hovering over it? At this point, the facilitator tells everyone to shut their eyes. The facilitator shuts their eyes too. Like I said, the facilitator is still playing even though they're running the game. Now it's night. It's dark outside. Everyone is fast asleep. The facilitator then tells the thief to open their eyes. So, however, the Great Thief is awake. Thief, open your eyes. The player with the thief roll card then opens their eyes. Thief, you have 10 seconds to sneak into someone's house and steal their jewels. You count down from 10, 9, 8, 7. The thief player moves their hand just enough to turn the target card. Alright. To whoever they want to target. When the facilitator finishes their 10 count, they say the following. Morning has come. Everyone please open your eyes. All players will then open their eyes and retract their hands. The player with the arrow pointing at them was robbed the night before. If they have a decoy card in front of them, they lose it. If they don't, they're eliminated from the game. If their roll card has a when eliminated effect, it takes effect. By the way, you always reveal the roll card even if it doesn't have a when eliminated effect. The leader will then flip over the card, making it the full moon, and will pass it to the player to their left. So then go to Valeria, the medium. And we would restart the turn over. Valeria would get to announce who she thinks is the Great Thief Crescent Moon. Players will vote on it. Night would fall. It's full moon, so Crescent Moon does not attack. This would flip over and go right here. And we would play it out until a victory condition was met. So, for example, if we see up on the screen a citizen's victory condition, 2 citizens or a citizen and an informant remain. That's a victory for the citizens. Okay. Tenacious citizen. End of game, victory conditions, 2 citizens or a citizen and an informant remain. And basically you play until a victory condition is met. And by the way, if the Great Thief Crescent Moon is beaten, you don't need to keep playing from beyond that point because the Great Thief Crescent Moon has been caught, the roll card's revealed, all citizens win, informant loses. Okay? Similarly, Great Thief Crescent Moon. 2 thieves or a thief and a citizen remain. If you're able to get it down to 1 citizen, obviously they can no longer vote for you to be the Great Thief because you'll always say nay, and thus the game ends there as well. Really simple game, really a lot of fun, great character art, and lots of cool, interesting abilities in the book. This is a great game for playing with like a bunch of friends because this can support up to 8 players, which is really, really great. Something that a lot of our games don't do. And so Yeah, I recommend this one if you're at like a convention or you're at like a party or something. This is a great game to play. But yeah, guys, that was Kemomimi Panic. You can pre-order it on our online store, JapanimeGames.com. If you have any questions, just leave a comment on the video. Other than that, thanks, guys. Have a good one. I will see you for the next one. Later. Bye-bye.